questions? Does it feel like it's about time to leave?
Yeah, it's gone kind of quick. We haven't had a bunch of practices. We had two good ones. Just got done with finals, and but there were two good practices, and so we'll travel tomorrow and get back into polishing everything up.
It sound like maybe you went a little more, I don't know, live stuff, maybe try to get more energy these couple practices?
Well, we
Or
definitely
this
just don't
week, or
want to go through the motions. That's the thing. You get late into the season and you get into a routine, you cut practice down, the games are physical, and so we've had more time to heal up, and so you need to change things. It's not business as usual. So practice has been a little bit different. Just trying to get really good work and not just go through the motions.
Sound like you guys are having some fun there at the end. Anything
Just
in
competing.
particular?
Yeah, just a little 2-minute drill. I don't think anybody wants to run extra, so we're playing hard.
What's the practice schedule once you get there?
Yeah, it's pretty much normal game week. So we got Monday is kind of usually their day off, and so we travel, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we'll do some things on the field. Friday's kind of a walkthrough type day, and then Saturday we play. So that lines up well.
You guys doing any, obviously a bowl week, some other fun things and event sort of thing? Not a ton it looked like, but
Yeah.
maybe a movie too. It sounded like for the team, stuff like that.
So we have enough planned. We do. We have a couple events. I think the one thing that we've kind of learned through the years is if you have a bunch of things, it's distracting. It wears the guys out, and so you pick and choose your spots. And when I look at the schedule, it looks just about right that they'll have some fun. But we're going down to play a game and try to play our best. And to do that, it needs to be done a certain way.
What is the biggest thing you learned from last year and taking that away and trying to maybe rectify that?
I think it's you can work hard and still go out and get hit right in the mouth if you don't show up to play your best football of the year. That's what I think. I think that last year Oklahoma State had more of an edge, played harder, and showed up on the field. And so I know Southern Miss is a good team. A really good team. When you watch all their tapes and what they're doing, there's a reason that they're ranked in all these categories across the, offense, defense, everything. And so we got our hands full, and so we better go play our best game. I think the thing that's a little bit, I really wish that we probably could have played this game a week after the Apple Cup because we were in a good rhythm. But now that's kind of all out. We haven't played real football for a long time, and so there's no easing into this. We got to be ready to play and play fast right from the get-go.
When we talked to you when the bowl was first announced, you kind of talked about how it would be kind of a fun thing because it's, a team that maybe isn't on Washington's radar typically, a team from a Conference USA and things like that. How can you kind of flip the unknown factor in your favor?
Well, I think the one thing that's good is that we've had time, and our guys are pretty smart guys in terms of when they watch tape, they can see good players and good teams. And so they've had a chance to do that and say, this is a good team we're playing. This is a real good team. And, I know that, their motivation to play us. And so I think it's a good matchup, and you're going to have two teams playing really hard. And we're going to have to play our best football. And that's what I hope we can do. I think we were playing our best ball as the season ended. And it's hard to jump right back into where you left off. But we need to do that to be able to have a chance against these guys.
Some of you guys yesterday were saying that this game is the first game of your next season, basically.
Yeah, I look at it.
Interesting concept.
I look at it like this is the last game of this season, and we've had a lot of struggles through the year, and a lot of good struggles. A lot of growth, and I think the last couple games, the kids have played really well, and so there's, we all know this is the final game, and it won't be fun if we don't play our best football. It won't feel good. It felt terrible last year, and hopefully we've learned from that.
Made some coaching moves since the last time we talked to you. What was kind of the thought process behind Jimmy Lake's promotion and moving Bob Gregory over to special teams?
Well, we got some spectacular coaches, I really think, and I think the results speak for themselves. I think that side of the ball is just really really interesting and special. One, how they all work together. I think it starts with Pete Kwiatkowski that just does a great job with all those guys, and they all like to coach together. But it's not any one guy's, any one guy's final decision or show. I think Pete, at the end of the day, calls the game, but he gets tremendous input from all those coaches, And certainly in that pass game, I mean, it all comes from Jimmy Lake. And they just work really well together. And it is like, I've said this, like we've had a few coordinators on that side of the ball. And so I think the promotion for Jimmy's well-deserved. He's a really, really good coach, and it's well-deserved, and it's fitting. I think with Bob Gregory going to special teams, he knows how we do things. It's more than just scheme on special teams. It's how we practice, how we teach fundamental football. And I think it's going to be, I think Bob is one of the best coaches around as well, and I think we need to do more with him. And I think this is an opportunity to do that.
Did you have some other teams coming at Coach Lake this offseason?
We have guys coming at all of our coaches. I
Yeah.
mean, that's when you have good coaches, they're going to come try to get them. And so what we've always said is we try to take care of them as much as we can. We try to make this job one of the best jobs they've ever had. But with that being said, we're always about helping guys achieve their goals. And so if there's a job that, you know, fits what they're all about, and that's really what they had in their sights, just like Coach Choate being a head coach in Montana, that's what we want to help them do.
And with Coach Choate, what I guess specifically would be particularly difficult about replacing him? What did he do with the special teams that's going to be so hard to replace?
Yeah, it's not just special teams. It's not just, it's, you know, when a coach kind of has that it factor, he's, when we hired him way back when, he coached the running backs.
Mm-hmm.
He's coached 3 different things for us, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, he can coach whatever. He recruits the right type of guys. He recruits with passion. He does everything with passion. And so, you know, it's not just special teams. He just carries that mindset over into that, you know, phase of football. And so, you know, it's always hard to lose a guy like that. But I think the University of Washington can attract, you know, the best of the best. And so we're excited as we move forward to, you know, fill that position.
Chris, it sounds like there's been a lot of reports out there about, you know, you filling that position. When do you plan on announcing that?
So, you know, soon. Yeah, I know how things go around here and things get out, you know, really fast and all that, but sometimes my hands are tied in terms of when we announce things and all that, but we'll get it out as soon as we can.
Was the
Related.
plan to try to do it as soon as possible after the game?
Our plan's always as soon as possible because there's no secrets anywhere, anytime, anywhere around here, so, but it's not always on my timetable.
In terms of mechanics, with Jimmy getting his promotion, you don't really see necessarily any major changes just in terms of the roles. It sounds like he had already done a lot of, in terms of the game planning, or do you see some, maybe some?
Yeah.
Obviously, you got time to figure all that out going into next year.
It's always about growth around here and how we can give guys more responsibility. Those guys have a nice rhythm to their side of the ball in terms of how they do things. But we're always looking to tweak things to not just make it the same, even when it's really good. And so we'll continue to look at that and, you know, guys speaking in front of the team or defense or speaking things. And, you know, we're always trying to figure out how to not just stay the same.
Talking to Bush, he seemed to kind of intimate that you're the reason he's into coaching, period. And he's kind of.
And
the
I
reason
hope he
why you're
doesn't
here.
put that on me. That's not a nice thing to do. You know, we have such a history with Bush. I've said this a long time. I mean, some of the things that we did over at Boise State, the way that program changed, the culture changed, was because of a lot of guys, but he was one of the main guys that changed that program in my mind, and he wasn't even a starting player. The things that he was all about, how he was as a team guy, the respect that he commanded, so he's that type of person. And he's gone through different travels in terms of perfecting, improving his coaching craft, and it just is all lined up that he is really ready to do this job. And I couldn't be more thrilled to have a guy that I have that history with, that I trust that much being on the staff.
Well, I know it was a difficult decision, but once you made that decision to let Brent go, was it a slam dunk in your mind to promote Bush?
Yeah, you know, you're always trying to consider all options, and you know, you want to do the very best thing for this program. And like I said, I think we can get the best of the best here at Washington. And when we sat back and really analyzed the whole thing, the best of the best, in our opinion, was sitting right there in our meeting rooms every single day.
Considering his past experience, were you surprised that you were able to hire him as a quality control guy? I know he said that this is probably the only staff he would have come to in that capacity.
I almost didn't even make the call to him
Really?
when we had this. But I know he has family here, and that was really the only reason I did that. And because I wasn't even sure if this would be the right thing for him. you know, I was kind of torn on it. I mean, he was being a coordinator at a school, and that's tremendous experience, and I know he liked it there. And so I was kind of middle of the road on, you know, when I reach out to one of our guys, I always want it to be a good thing for them. And you're not looking down the road, you know, you just look at that job, is this going to help him grow? And, you know, I think it did in a lot of ways, in a different way that he had. So I'm glad I made the call.
How does the mechanics work on game day for Friday in terms of, obviously he's been working a lot with the quarterbacks now, but now he's responsible for the receivers as well. So how's that all going to unfold?
So, yeah, you know, Coach, I mean, game day is, everybody's in a pretty good rhythm, and really what had happened is, you know, Coach Pease, you know, when we start a series, would give the play to the quarterback, and away we go. Bush will do that now. Other than that, there's not a whole lot that's different. You know, game day we have things pretty dialed in, and guys have different roles and those things, so it's not going to be much different.
And from your vantage point, how have the receivers responded to his coaching already?
You know, I think it's been, you know, good. I think it's what I think anytime you just get different energy in there, it's going to be different, which is really what I was hoping for, was just a spark of some sort. So I think all the practices we've had have been good, and you know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's not about practicing good. That's one part of it. It's about playing good. And so I'm anxious to see these guys go play and compete hard. It's about, you know, building skill. It's about competing hard. It's about playing with a smile on your face. And I've seen that out of those guys out there, so I'm excited to watch them play.
And how about the seniors in terms of kind of them leading the final charge?
Yeah, same thing for those guys. I mean, this is an important game, I think, you know, for both teams. Everybody knows that. Everybody wants to send their seniors out in a positive fashion, and everybody wants to finish their season as a group, positive fashion. And that's why I think you see a lot of tight, hard-fought bowl games. I mean, you can see the little that we've had. Some teams might start faster than others, but then at the end of the game, it's a pretty good game because these are important games to programs.
All right.